To be continued.
Hi, I'm Bran, and I love the Love Club.
I'm Brian, and I like the Love Club.
I'm Dan, and boy, do I despise that Love Club. And this is the
Deck the Hallmark podcast.
Deck the Hallmark, it's his podcast.
Hey, buddy, get off the shed.
We hope you like this jolly podcast.
Wow, wow, wow.
You know that feeling at the end of the marathon every year where it's like we did it, we accomplished something together. It wasn't always pretty.
You're on a high where you don't want it to end?
Yeah. No, that's you.
Oh.
You were once again out thinking the room there. You were Brian at the end of the marathon. It's like, I don't want it to be over.
Could do a couple more.
Woo, that's good marathon.
It was good.
That's how I feel right now about the Love Club. I feel
Wow.
like
You're on your own.
I feel like we've completed all the quadrilogy.
Well, we haven't done it yet.
And
We're
so
getting
this is a big moment for us. It's a Friday. We're going to be done, and we're going to have a weekend. We're going to forget it ever happened. We're going to have a half bottle of wine at lunch, a full bottle of wine at lunch,
Scotch
out in the evening. It's
out.
going to be great. Scotch out.
Oh, boy. Friday already. Man, can you believe that?
Flew
You
by.
guys smell that? Is that Friday?
Friday.
Friday.
And you know what that means is in less than 7 days,
Wow.
What?
we're going to be in, that Kansas City.
That's going to smell good.
And we're going to be at the Record Bar doing a little live show. You should join us. Then we're going to be at the Christmas Con all weekend long. Fun time. We got an Airbnb, got a rental car, we got some flights. It's going to be a fun little
The whole
company
thing.
trip.
Bless you.
Bless you.
I'm freaking out. That's how I'm
you
so excited.
He gets excited. He sneezes.
So excited. That's true. It's a weird trait I have. I sneeze
It's an
only
excited
when
sneeze.
I'm excited.
That's right.
It's gonna be so much fun. And we will not be conning people, despite the name, Christmas Con. No cons being had.
That's
here.
a con.
We
Not a con.
are
all pros.
It's all above board, non for profit.
It is for profit.
Okay. It
Everyone
is
there is for profit. that
Everybody
I'm aware
there.
of.
Everybody there is for profit.
Yes.
Wow.
We
Guy-
will give a portion of the proceeds that we take in to the Brian Harold Funnel Cake Fund.
Wow.
Yes, we will.
yeah.
Which is not for profit.
Which is the BFF, the BHFCF, which we, it's a whole thing. You can look it up. but
.org.
Look it up on the nonprofit
that's right.
org chart.
It's one of the top rated for if you're going to give, the money goes to
right.
the cause.
It
It's
goes
one of
right
those
to the cause.
highest rated.
Straight
does,
to
it
funnel.
does.
It goes straight down the funnel.
Right down the funnel.
Straight down the
We
funnel
did take
gullet
into
a
cake.
PPP loan during COVID, though, which was weird that we were allowed to take one of those.
Yeah.
I feel like
You
that
and Tom
money maybe
Brady.
wasn't used. We just bought funnel cakes with it, which is
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's worthy cause.
Worthy
We bought our own funnel cake machine. We
Funnel
obviously
cake
we couldn't
machine,
go
that's
out
right.
during COVID to
So
buy
it's a
funnel
good, it's a
cake.
good nonprofit, is all I'm saying.
Super
best.
cool. You guys ready to talk about Tara's Tune?
Oh, Born Ready.
The fourth
time.
of 4 Love Club movies. This is huge, monumental.
Love and
March
Club.
March 3rd, 2023. And it went a little something like this. Can you believe this? It's New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's Eve.
It's New Year's Eve. Tara's with a boy, a boy toy on a date. He drops her off at the party. That's it. All in all done. Some sort of dating app. I don't know what they had back then. Dating websites. Dating facts. I don't know. Anyway, she sees Nicole being bummed about the boy stuff, and they decide to hang out. They find the other girls, and wouldn't you know it, the Love Club. Can you believe this? Have you guys heard this story? Stop me if you've heard it. Fast forward 10 years, and Tara is a singer. She ends her set and is...
If you're watching
Brent.
Philo,
What?
TV/GTH.
I didn't do that. And she ends her set and goes over and talks to this guy, Sam. Apparently it's Christmas, and she's talking to Sam, who's there at the bar on Christmas, all in the up and up, and about how she doesn't think she doesn't even need a man. She doesn't need a man. She doesn't want to do anything serious, and she then goes on stage and rants about how she doesn't even want to get married ever. The night comes to an end, and a guy named Noah comes in. Now, Noah says, hey, I just got into town, and I want to book a gig. So he plays Silent Night on the piano and sings it, and Tara's hooked. What more do you need? Book this
come
guy.
on.
That's how it's done.
It's going to be great. She asks to take a picture with him to send to her mom so that her mom will get off her back about being alone on Christmas. She tells him that she wants to wants a record label in the new year. That's her New Year's resolution, is to get signed to a label. And he's like, well, good news. Garth Bryant's coming into town.
The Garth Bryant?
I know this goes without saying, but I'll say it anyways.
Sure.
That's a big deal. So if you want a chance, this is your chance. Classic Garth Bryant. She convinces the Love Club to come for New Year's, the week in between Christmas and New Year's, because she is going to do a love myself ceremony. They get there. Tara immediately leaves. She immediately says, I gotta go. Her mom calls. Sydney answers it to invite her to the wedding. Or is it someone answers it and says, hey.
It's
Nick.
Nicole.
It's Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole answers it. Sorry, faulty information here from the. I am using the Baby Decker.
Little
notes?
Deckers.
Little Decker's
Little
notes.
Deckers is a show that
Oh,
we
boy.
can't even air.
Yeah.
Super weird audio. Super weird audio.
Shouldn't
I'm not
have
even
heard
going to dive
that.
into what that is. That
I don't
was
know who played that.
so weird.
Non-disclosure agreement. Right? Is that what it was?
So her mom calls. They answer it. They invite her to the wedding. Now, in their mind, it's the love yourself wedding. I'm getting married to myself. You've been to one. You've been to them all.
Yeah.
Go love yourself. Yeah.
I remember your Love Yourself ceremony. It was crazy.
It was super weird. But Tara grabs
We were
the.
16. We were at a Dave and Buster's. It
Uh,
was wild.
I tell you what.
You got caught up in the moment.
I did get
That's
caught
right.
up in the moment. I did get caught. I cannot go back out there.
Legally,
Tara is grabs the device and is like, I am getting married to that guy in the picture. And
Do they
so
know he's still in Greenville?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't even know he's supposed to be here.
Yeah. Have you let everybody in the neighborhood know?
So Tara now tells her mom that she's getting married to a fella. So she's like, what? This is crazy. So then she goes to find the guy and is like, hey, would you mind terribly fake marrying me? And he's like, no, not going to do that. But when it comes out that he needs a place to park because he lives in his van, she agrees to let him park behind her club in exchange for fake marriage. These two people are meant for each other. They start working on music together. They're singing. They're like, this is good stuff. We are a great team. Tara decides that the best course of action here, with mom being in town, is to just go ahead and go through with the wedding. Like, have it be real. For the sake of mom, and then get the old annulment after the fact, and so it's all above board. Garth Bryant comes in looking like he just got shot a ton of times in his shirt, and here's Noah singing and is like, "I want you, only you," and he's like, "Well, I got a bit of a duet situation going on here," and he's like, "I want you, only you. I'm Garth Bryant." So obviously Tara finds out about this, and he's like, "Well, what's going on here?" So she goes ahead and she comes clean and to her mom and is what's going on? What?
You're good. Keep going.
And it goes and she's like, "Hey, all of this was fake. I was just trying to do this whole thing. I am going to go ahead and still throw myself a personal wedding. I am going to marry myself. So if you can't get on board with that, what can you do?" So the wedding's happening, and we all love it. He decides, instead of going through with the whole Garth Bryant situation, he is going to show up to it and is like, "Hey, I am a big fan of yours," and they sing together. And Garth Bryant does come in wearing his same shirt and is like, "I love this. I want both of you. Stat. I'm Garth Bryant." They are thrilled. They kiss, and the Love Club, I guess, goes home. And that, my friends, was the Love Club, Tara's tune.
Wow, we did it.
We did do it.
Man.
Let's take a quick break. We'll come back, and we'll break this movie down with 4 segments here on Deck the
Hallmark.
Hallmark. TM.
TM, adult version.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Friday episode covering the fourth Love Club, the third in 1 week.
We've reached the bottom.
Let's get to it. Let's break this movie down. Let's start with Brian. Brian, what'd you think of Love Club, Tara's Tune?
Sure.
So help me.
This one...
So help me.
Can I finish? This one kept me on my toes. I couldn't watch it with you guys, unfortunately, but I had to keep coming into this room because I was just aghast at the idea that she's going to have a love yourself ceremony.
Yeah.
But I ended up not disliking it as much as Lauren's version.
Oh, stop it.
So I was
it.
a bit more entertained, and mostly because of the tie-in with music and songwriting and performing. That put it up a couple notches for me. Anything with working on live music is gonna do it. Writing a song together almost every time will get me. Living in the van, that's funny. It wasn't supposed to be that funny, I don't think, but that's just funny to me.
Being unhoused is funny.
Yeah, hanging in a park. My kids caught the end of the second half of this with me, and they were just like, "Oh, they felt bad for him.
Yeah,
like, he doesn't have a home." I'm like, "Well, he's touring around. He's a musician. Like he's."
So they caught the end of the movie.
Yeah, well, the second half ish.
Right, but can't you just say they caught the end of the movie?
They caught the end of the movie. I could say that.
I'm just saying, why say the end of the second half?
Oh, I said the end of the second half.
No,
I think
thought
started.
he said this. He said the end, then he stopped and said the second half.
Yeah, there was
a pause.
It's like a
there.
hyphen.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Sorry,
You can
but
see my confusion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That was not
Because the end of the second half is the end of the
That's
the
end of
whole
the-
the
that's
whole
the
ball
end of the-
game.
yeah. 20 minutes.
They
Two
caught the
Corinthians.
second
Two
half.
Corinthians, that's right.
Yeah, it's a whole ball game. So I would definitely attend a vow renewal before I attend a love yourself ceremony.
No doubt.
Yeah, I disagree there.
Wow, can't wait to hear that reasoning. Wow, really?
I don't know. They both sound miserable.
Of course.
But one sounds like you're just like an open bar situation. Like a vow renewal sounds like you drew, like we talked about.
Yeah,
You drew
it's
us hard.
terrible.
This sounds crazy.
Yeah.
You do get a good story out of this.
Yes.
The love yourself, you do.
You get a.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Something wild.
Yeah.
You probably can't be friends with that person ever again.
No,
though. Like,
never.
That's the end of the friendship.
That's the
If
end of
you
the
go to
friendship
that,
for
and that's
sure.
sort of the end of friendship
It's
ceremony
over.
for you.
Yeah.
They did, like, the music. The music kind of bopped in this movie, except for the songs they were writing together. Like those.
The music bop.
Yeah.
Aside
What else
from the
was
music
there?
that
There was
they
just
wrote.
like soundtrack music, like the
the
score.
music they didn't write.
Yeah,
bopped.
the music they weren't.
Yes.
It was all because they
Got
were
it.
all ballads. Like they were all like slower songs. And I'm like, let's kick it up a couple BPMs. Let's get some like upbeat songs, and they were just not
Byron says
upbeat.
BPM's like a big timer.
Over here at
Classic
Mike's
Byron.
Lounge.
Classic Byron
Microphone
situation.
Lounge. So I was just looking for more an upbeat original, but they were just classic songwriters just doing downers. You know what was great
No, they're not doing downers.
Doing downers.
They're not doing downers. There was no
in the
downers
musical
done.
sense.
In the
Nobody
musical
took
sense.
any downers.
Well, we don't know that.
That's true. We don't.
Have you? You've never been to a
I
love
haven't.
yourself ceremony?
No, I've never
so-
been to one. No, go ahead.
You know what I liked though? That was really I felt true and realistic. Finally, Tara's apartment felt real. It was kind of small, cozy. Like you saw people walking in the street outside her windows.
Yeah.
It just felt like realistic for.
Was this
for-
New
the
York? Was
poorest
this
of
New
the
York City?
poor.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's still too big.
Still.
Yeah.
For New York City,
They
it's
had it
still too big.
upstairs, didn't it?
I don't. Did it? Oh, maybe for a bedroom upstairs. Maybe one room upstairs.
A room?
did it?
Whatever.
But so yeah, this one not my least favorite of the quad, the set.
Okay.
Yeah. So Bran, what did you think?
This one is my least favorite of the quad set.
Second
You're
half.
gonna get wrecked in these rankings.
So I
in a second.
do want to
It's not looking
say
good for me.
No.
there are two things here that I feel like have been poked fun at. One is living in a van, and two is a love club ceremony. I would like to talk about both of
Love
those things.
yourself ceremony.
What did I
You
say?
know all
Love
about-
club
Lo-
ceremony.
love
One of the
yourself
same
Those
ceremony.
happen all the time.
One,
Ask Higbones and Holly.
he's a
I've
musician.
ever seen.
I've known my fair share of musicians that travel around and they've made their vans into sleepable arrangements. Believable. It is. It's fine. Love yourself ceremony. While I've never heard of one, nor would I go to one.
Sounds like
if
legal jargon.
if
Something you have to say.
if you have thrown one of these,
Neither confirm nor deny.
all the power to you. I hope that that's worked out for you. I've never heard of it. I don't know if it's a thing. It'd be a hard sell for me to go to one unless it is an open bar. I would not bring my kids. So this was a tough one all around. I didn't like the music. I didn't like the ceremony. I didn't like the lying. And it's a hard lie. It is not a fake relationship. This is a fake wedding that she is going to go all the way through. Real marriage, real annulments.
Right.
This is a slap in the face of love for you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Listen,
Yeah,
I love a fake relationship story, but this was too much. This is a step too far. So overall, bad vibes for me and a bad time. Dan?
A line is said in this movie that's also said in, I believe, the second Love Club entry. 4 dumps doesn't make a charm. And that should be the tagline for the Love Club movies. Because they're all atrocious. And this one is the biggest stinker of all.
You know that saying?
4 dumps.
4 dumps don't make a charm.
I know,
Put that
Dad.
on the DVD box set. 4 dumps don't make a charm. Daniel Thompson, deck the Hallmark. This movie's bad. It's the worst of them. Why is it the worst of them? Well, because it makes no literal sense at all. This movie is an abomination to the Love Club because it just like laughs in the face of true love completely. Yeah. Is willing to, like Chandler Bing going to Yemen, like willing to just like get married for fakesies. But also makes fun of people that maybe don't want to get married. I felt like if you were someone that's like, no, I just want to be with me and don't want to be with anyone else and don't want to feel the pressure to get married. I felt like this movie made fun of people who are like that too. And so the music was bad. The plot was bad. It was offensive. And maybe it was the fourth that was just piling on, but I hated every single solitary second of it. So it was not for me, and nor was this series. Thanks, but no thanks.
Let's get to the feels. Any feels, Brian?
So yeah, I did. I had a feel.
The songwriting, but not the songwriting by the people that made this movie.
I wrote the song. I wrote down the songwriting.
Clear.
Just sitting around jamming with your band, coming up with tunes is a blast. You know what it really reminded me of though was right at the beginning. I think it is. She's performing in the club, and there's a small crowd at tables and whatnot.
It's Christmas night.
Sure, it's Christmas Eve as everybody gathers. You remember when we had dinner with E.R. Cullen, Elizabeth, the author,
and her
husband,
Martin as well.
And we were sat at a table, and we all kind of looked behind us.
The author of The Lace?
The dress.
The dress?
The lace
E.R.
is
Cullen.
not, come on.
It's a big part of it.
Read a
the
book.
lace, yeah, read the book, literally. We sat down at our table, and me and Dan kind of did like a double take. We realized there were some instruments set up about 3.5 feet from us.
And we were worried about the live music.
We were very worried about it.
And then it turned out
one of the best nights, one of the best times we've probably all had together. We were just shouting out song
requests,
names,
and he would play
JD
them.
Ross was jamming them for us. Like
Who?
JD Ross is his name.
JD Ross is his name.
He
That's
plays
a good
all
shout out.
Yeah,
JD.
Not a sponsor.
No,
No, that's just free.
And it's not. And he was just every tune we would shout out. Sugar Ray.
Mambo number 5.
Chumbawamba.
Yellow
He was
Card.
just busting yellow card.
Come on.
And we have some video of it in the Facebook group, in our private group
man.
from that night. And so that's
What a time to
another
be
reason
alive.
enjoy. That reminded me of that time and how fun that was.
Those are my feels as well. So you can skip me doing
Sure.
a bit.
Right
Brandon,
to
if
you,
you'd
Brian.
like. Yeah.
My buddy, Britt Bristow, at one point says that she still has 30 Hallmark Christmas movies that she has to watch. And I loved it. It's meta. It's me. I loved it.
Take my feels back.
Yeah, that's yours too?
No, it isn't.
That's yours too. That
My
stands
feels is
too.
me
That
getting
stands too.
angry at
That
you
stands
for
too.
that.
That
Okay.
stands too. Dan loves it. Dan loves it. Dan, you have so many Hallmark movies on your DVR. So
man. So many.
Same
And we
is
see
the
it.
truth for you. We're gonna take a quick break. We're gonna come back with the way what and the Hallmark.
Take a long one.
Like the Hallmark is young.
Yeah.
Adults.
No kids.
Just saying, I wouldn't bring my kids.
No,
You guys
who
can
would?
bring your kids?
I mean, if they're selling beer and lemonade.
Call back to yesterday's episode.
Yesterday,
Well
that's right.
done.
One.
Seems like yesterday.
It's time for the Wait What is where we talk about what is movie made us go wait what. And I'll start with you, Brian. Brian, anything stick out to you, bud?
Yeah, a few things.
Buddy.
When Noah rolled into town and he just wanted a gig real quick to get settled in the town, and so he walked into a clearly closed club and decided to play Silent Night
On Christmas night.
on Christmas night for somebody who may or may not have like the authority to book him.
Yeah.
Like just such a weird meet cute, I guess I would call it. It was just such a weird way to do it. I'm like that. I don't know. And one of the a couple of the scenes actually, there was a van, a bright yellow van parked in the background on the street, and on the van it said "Refinishing is allwedo.com." What?
That's his van.
It is?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, because he later we see a close up
No.
of it.
Are you serious?
Same yellow van.
Are you sure? Because it had the writing on the side, but it said "Refinishing is allwedo.com" on it. On
I don't
his?
know about that.
It's a different van because that's a real business. That's a real hardwood floor refinishing business.
Yeah, because you did some hardware. You own one of those.
Yeah, if you're in New Hampshire, everwoodflooring.com. Check that out.
Okay, buddy, you can't keep
Two
doing
shout
these
outs to
free
one-
plugs.
So that, but
JD Ross, everwoodflooring.com.
maybe they made his van yellow because that van wouldn't move off the street because they were working in the house there refinishing the floors. But I'm like, that's so random, and what a great name. And I looked it up, and it's a legit floor finishing business. I just thought that was so, I don't know. Maybe it's a what the Hallmark, but it was. I just had to point it out because it was just so
The
random.
way to shout that out next time is in your feels segment.
Yes.
Like it reminds me of when I was back in New Hampshire.
Oh,
and I
finishing
owned,
floors.
Yeah, that's how you do
I
that.
wasn't even going to tie it back to Everwood Flooring, who works.
Everwood
who works almost in the north, Massachusetts, New Hampshire area. When they did the rock paper scissors for the bedroom, did you guys catch this? They only did 1-2 shoot.
Yeah, nobody does.
Are
That's
you
monstrous.
kidding me? If one of us
It's
did
against the
that,
law.
we would never hear the end of that. And Mike's Lounge just had like the cleanest, most open office of any nightclub in existence ever in the universe. I have two more here. Two big ones, I think. The mom, she doesn't even question the fact that Noah's family is not there.
Correct.
Or talked about. And she hardly gets to know him at all. Like, she asks
Well,
him.
no, but she knows it's fake the whole time.
Oh,
At the
that came up?
end-
Oh.
At the end, we
You're
realize she knows it's fake.
You're right. Still, like to play along.
Yeah.
Nobody mentioned his family. That was a big.
It costs more money and extras.
Yeah, that's true. So I can't do that. So this, Nicole, Sydney, Lauren, Tara, all happened 10 years after the New Year's Eve. All of them. And I checked each one. They all said 10 years later.
Great.
So in the same year,
They
they're all
all do
taking
this.
a minimum of a week.
That's by
off.
what the Hallmark
It's
is.
insane.
All these people
Yeah.
leave, and then in exactly a decade from that night,
exactly, yeah.
is when everything breaks loose in all of their lives, and they had
that's
to
right.
take so much
Yeah.
vacation time.
And Nicole was during Thanksgiving, Sid, February, then Lauren, we don't really know, but soccer and school are happening, so
Spring.
probably, yeah. And then Christmas time for Tara. So 4 times during the year, you're taking a minimum of a week to go sit at someone's house.
Yeah.
Like,
Wait, so Nicole's is Thanksgiving?
yeah,
So it's technically a little over a year. Because Tara's is last. The other ones have happened.
You're right.
So it's a little over a year.
Yes, but
Sure,
still, it's
sure.
all in the same calendar year.
Yeah.
No, if,
Oh,
Yeah.
no, Nicole's is first. So, yeah, it's like
Oh, it would have to go
13
around.
months.
Sure.
13 months is how long it was.
And I knew this. We knew this was coming. Each one is all this
Yeah.
is going. We're kind of obviously it's ridiculous how much time they're all taking
Yeah.
to go. But it's just when you look at it, all within the same year.
Worse than the wedding veil.
Yes, because
ladies.
the wedding veil they pop in and out in a day
Yeah.
or two. It's just
Crazy.
you can't do it. Yeah, that was it.
y'all, you can't invite your friends.
Paula Dean? Like,
Stop me if you heard this
Y'all,
before.
y'all, you
She
can't.
said she calls up the Love Club and she says, "Y'all, you got to get down here, stat. I'm doing a love myself ceremony. It's an interpretive like art thing, and y'all got to get down here." They get down here. She's like, "Come on in, you guys. Rock paper scissors to see who gets the better of bad sleeping arrangements. I gotta go. Deuces, wild. Like you're
see
the
it.
worst. That's not friendship." Just peeves me right the O.
Yeah, absolutely. Language.
Peeves you right the O?
He's angry.
Yeah.
What does that mean? What does O stand for there?
Off.
Peeves you right the off?
Right the off. Peeps him right off.
Peeps me right
kinda-
off.
Peeves
the
me
the
right
is
O.
Peeves me right
unnecessary.
O. Guys, you guys,
Peep me right off.
you guys know me by now.
You don't know me by now.
Peeves me right the O.
Garth Bryant's one of the weirdest dudes
Of
of all time.
All time.
That shirt was wild. But the thing that is craziest to me is that they hired someone to play Garth Bryant that looks exactly like the other employee of Mike's.
That's right.
Mike's place.
They were never on screen together.
I don't know. I'm not.
They're in the same
party,
room, but they're never on screen where you get
They are
close-ups of both.
very similar,
So similar.
in every aspect. Last but not least, if I did get an invite to a Love Yourself ceremony, and I did go, got a sitter for my kids. I'm not bringing them to that. I got to be honest. I'd ask for my money back if it ended in a kiss.
Yeah.
I was promised.
Take your gift and
I
go
was
home.
promised exactly right.
Yeah.
I'm taking my toaster back.
That's right. Absolutely not getting a gift for that.
I have been promised. I have
False
been
pretense.
sold a bill of lies. I have been told that you are going to love yourself, and this is a ceremony for that. If it ends with a kiss with another person, I'm out of there.
And you're already peed the
And
the
I'm
O off.
already
Yeah,
I'm already peeved the O.
The O.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on it, Dan.
Yeah. I took umbrage at the fact that Nicole.
Now we're taking umbrage.
Now we are. Right now is when we're finally going to do it.
Go ahead and
Umbrage
grab
is
that
laying
umbrage.
around
Go ahead,
everywhere.
go ahead and grab
Take
it.
it
I'm
and
going
go
to take
home.
some of it.
How much?
A lot.
He'll hand fistful?
Nicole, who is Britt Bristow, who, for all we know, doesn't even know Tara's mom. Tara's mom is FaceTiming in. Tara's not in the room, and Nicole knows that Tara is planning this thing and doesn't know if she's talked to her mom or not, and is like, you know what? I'm going to pick up this FaceTime call. Can you imagine someone picking up a FaceTime call from someone else's mom that they don't know very well or at all? I could not believe that was the thing that got her here. You let that boy ring on out. You don't touch that. That is not your problem. Yeah. That's not, even if you are, like, if things go well in that call, it's not your place.
Yeah.
That was unbelievable. And then lastly, I also take umbrage that Tara is mad at this dude, Noah, for leaving to go record with Garth Bryant. Garth Bryant comes in and goes, hey, I want to sign you to a record deal. It's like life-changing. He's like, well, it's a duet. And then Garth is like, I only want you. Well, you know what, Noah? You head on out the door because you've known Tara for under 6 days, and she's roped you into a fake wedding that's going to be a real wedding that has to be annulled. You don't owe her anything. The idea that Tara is mad at this guy for taking a record deal when she's known him under a week and all that he's done for her, forget it. That is so dumb.
That's a good use of umbrage.
Dude, that's
See?
double the umbrage, double the
I got
fun.
all that umbrage loaded up in the truck. I'm ready to hit the road.
Is there any umbrage left on the table?
I don't know. You guys look. See if you can find some
awfully
crumbs down
empty in
there.
there.
Some crumbridge.
That was great.
Let's get to what the Hallmark. It's anything.
Yeah, my only thing was
Anything PV the O.
it's just something that was like, is it just me? Is cake smashing funny to anybody? Yeah,
I've never found it funny.
It's not funny. It's so lame, so old, tired. It's just not
So
funny.
old, tired.
So old, so tired.
Tired, of course.
So lame. All right, so it's not just me. All right. Just wondering about that.
Does she own Mike's?
I don't know. That's a good question.
She says that she's been the manager or something.
She seems to do everything from
Mike is,
performing
you know,
to booking to cleaning.
Yeah.
To doing but just about all of it.
Yeah.
And my other one is her band that is there on Christmas Day. They do a funny thing. At least I found it funny. She says, I'm taking a break. We're taking a break. This is a very short break. It's maybe 2 minutes.
Yep.
She goes to tell Sam to scram off. That band, don't you dare move. Don't you dare get off that stage during this break. Does the band ever actually get a break? Do they ever actually get to get off stage, or are they just stuck there all Christmas?
All Christmas.
All Christmas.
It's musician's life.
It's musician's life. You got to do what you got to do, Dano.
No, the two I had, we've already talked about briefly. One is all this happens exactly 10 years after all four of them. That's a stretch. And then who owns Mike's? Who owns it? They're never around. It is spotless, as you've said.
Yes.
It's a weird bit to have a nightclub that is bright and spotless and wide open. That is like, I want to know that person who owns that and has one person that does everything for it.
Can I tell you my last, and this is the biggest what of this entire series, is you've done this thing, and here's stories that happened 10 years after they originally met on New Year's Eve. And the final story takes place on New Year's Eve. And they do nothing to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of friendship.
Yeah.
That's killer.
Nothing. I thought for sure it was going to all culminate back to, hey, let's go sit on a porch and New Year's Eve it up.
We're not doing a separate Love Club ranking episode, right? We're just doing that real quick now.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Okay. Yeah. I can tell you my order. It's
Go ahead.
My order is Tara's is last.
Sure.
Nicole's is third. Sydney, which one is the runner? Sydney. Sydney is second.
Yeah.
Lauren
That's the
is
correct
first.
order. It's 3, 2, 1, 4.
That's right. 3, 2, 1, 4. Yeah. 4, 1, 2, 3. Yes.
Either way, you slice or dice it.
3 is the best.
3 is the best.
No.
3, 2,
all right, Brian.
1, 4. So we both agreed that's the official.
If you
Deck the
have
Hallmark
4
ranking.
as the best one, I'm going to
Tara?
It's going to get
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
I have Lauren as the worst one. Lauren, the marriage one. Tara.
insane.
Then I have Tara and Nicole almost tied. I have them almost equal.
Me too.
But I would put Tara maybe a hair above if I had to pick
So
one.
we all have Nicole at third.
Yes, we do. And Sydney first for me. But yeah, Nicole third for all of us.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah. So we agreed there, but the official order.
Yes.
Two
2 out of 3 of us
3, 2,
agree.
1,
2 out of 3
Yeah,
doctors.
yeah, exactly.
Like
That's
you
right.
go with the
And
doctor.
that's more than enough.
Well, we'll see.
We did, everybody. Congratulations. Next week, back on the regular stuff. We got new movies. I think there's a. Is there a new Lacey Dancy movie this
There
week?
sure is.
Wowzers!
Tango.
Wowzers! So much going on. We got wedding season, whatever that is. Super fun. The dancing detective.
Yes.
Deadly Tango.
Course.
Excited about that. Also, plenty of Up TV joints this month, all leading up to Christmas in July next month. It's very exciting.
Unbelievable.
Very exciting. Lots of fun stuff on the horizon. And we're going to be back then when we are. Until then, we're the first to wish you a
Merry Christmas.
Video.
Deck the Hallmark is a Bramble Jam podcast. It's produced by Aaron Shea. For more information on Deck the Hallmark, you can go to deckthehallmark.com. For more information on the Deck the Hallmark family, you can go to bramblejamplus.com. Deck the Hallmark is presented by Philo TV. For a free trial of Philo, go to philo.tv/DTH.